Today we bring you an update that, while answering some questions, deepens the pain and emotion surrounding a story that touched the hearts of thousands of Brazilians. The tragedy involving young Juliana Marins has just gained a new chapter. After days of anguish, speculation, and great anticipation for concrete answers, the results of the autopsy performed on the body of the Brazilian woman who lost her life while hiking on a volcano in Indonesia have finally been released. Juliana, who had travelled in search of adventure and unforgettable landscapes, ended up becoming the protagonist of one of the saddest cases in recent times. The fall occurred in an area that was difficult to access, and the rescue took hours to complete. Since then, much has been said about what really caused her death. There were doubts, theories, and even hopes on the part of the family that she could have survived longer than imagined. But now, the official autopsy report has been made public, and what it reveals is shocking, to say the least. According to the medical report prepared by professionals in Bali, Juliana died as a result of severe trauma. Her body showed extensive injuries and multiple fractures, mainly in the torso region. The cause of death, according to the experts, was intense internal bleeding, caused by a violent impact that hit vital organs. The document also highlights that death occurred very quickly, at most 20 minutes after the fall. This detail, however, clashed with what the young woman's family had been claiming. According to the family, Juliana was seen still alive hours after the fall in images captured by tourist drones. This discrepancy between what the report indicates and the relatives' accounts has raised even more doubts about what really happened in that remote and dangerous place. When asked about this contradiction, the doctor responsible for the autopsy preferred not to comment, limiting himself to stating that his role is to analyze technical data and that the exams left no doubt about the immediate cause of death. Another important point, the possibility of hypothermia as the cause of death was completely ruled out by doctors. Despite the low temperatures during the early morning hours in the region of the volcano, the body did not show signs typical of this type of death, such as injuries to the extremities. This further reinforces the hypothesis that it was the impact of the fall that took Juliana's life almost immediately. The report is still considered provisional as it awaits the completion of toxicological tests, which should be completed in the coming weeks. However, so far nothing indicates the presence of foreign substances in the victim's body. And in the midst of all this suffering, an important measure was taken by the Brazilian government. President Lula signed a decree authorizing, on an exceptional basis, that the Itamaraty cover the costs of transferring Juliana's body back to Brazil. This change, which temporarily changes the rules for repatriating the bodies of Brazilians who died abroad, was welcomed with relief by the family, who until then had faced bureaucratic and financial difficulties in carrying out this process. Juliana Marins dreamed of new experiences, of adventures in distant lands. Her story, unfortunately, had a tragic ending. But now, with the results of the autopsy and the possibility of returning to Brazil, her family can at least begin to find some kind of peace. And we continue to follow, step by step, each new development of this tragedy that moved the entire country. Subscribe to the channel for more information like this, and if this content was relevant to you, comment below. See you in the next video.